Cone, what is this deal with J.J. Watt and Chipotle?
Oh, did you see what he tweeted yesterday?
No, we were talking about it this morning. I didn't see what he tweeted yesterday.
J.J. Watt was holding a burrito. Granted, J.J. Watt's hands are huge, so yeah, I understand that. But he was holding a burrito, which clearly the Chipotle burritos and food portion sizes aren't as large as they used to be. And he called him out. He called him out on Twitter and said, we need to have an open and honest conversation about these portion sizes. Bring back big burritos.
You know, I've never been a huge fan of Chipotle. It's just not in my bag, baby.
Okay.
You know, as Austin Powers would say. But one thing I do know about Chipotle is, typically, at least when I've been in there, they give you so much food you can barely. When I almost, took bets on if they'd be able to close the burrito or not.
Well, when was the last time you went in there?
It's been over a year.
Well,
it's been a while. But see, like if they're going away from that,
they've been away from it.
Then it's unacceptable.
The last time I went in there, I was like, is this my appetizer?
Yeah, look, when you got guys that are 6'7", you got guys that are as big as J.J. Watt coming in there, you need a big burrito. But I thought Chipotle's whole thing was, this is like a huge burrito. I mean, every time I see a commercial for Chipotle, it's in like some middle of nowhere, Midwestern town. And they're like, man, these avocados are just the freshest you ever seen. This burrito's huge.
That inflation, boy.
That economy. I mean, come on, man. We got Chipotle's burritos are getting smaller. Got no jobs. Our pets' heads are falling off.
Lane.
It's Flamin' Dragon Friday, and guess what? I'm hitting the under today.
Are you going to hit the under?
I'm hitting the under. What is it, 3.5?
It's always 3.5 until you actually hit an under.
No, it's always 3.5. No, I'm going to hit the under. I've been challenged. I've been
You're not
going
to say your brother's name.
I will not. He will be only referred to as Flaming Dragon from the monologue all the way throughout. How much you want to bet? Even with your new segment today.
I'll bet a Jersey Mike sub.
I'm definitely down with
Don't
that.
bet a Chipotle burrito.
I won't. I go to Moe's. Chipotle's disgusting.
Wow, strong words. Bowl season is upon us. Make sure you join our Crain Company Bowl Pick'em. We'll drop the link. Drew Brees joins the Purdue Boilermakers as an assistant coach, and Carlos Rodón signs a mega contract and joins Garrett Cole with the Yankees. I'm Jake Crain. It's Flamin' Dragon Friday, and welcome to Crain Company. It's amazing how, as businesses grow and evolve, priorities tend to change. And that's no different in the big business arena of college football. Now, it used to be back in the day that any bowl game was a reward for the team and a way to send the older guys out with one more game and hopefully one more win. But nowadays, it seems, if you aren't playing for a chance at the title, bowl games are expendable. And for those in the position of having a chance to become a professional, it is now a roadblock, not an avenue. Now, as I have said before, just because some guys decide to sit out and make what in most instances is a smart business move, there are still some bowl games that do matter. A great example of that is today's matchup between Sunbelt champion Troy and Conference USA champion UTSA. There will be no opt-outs, and these two teams are going full steam ahead into what should be a hell of a cure bowl as both try and secure their 12th win. But the harsh reality is this situation is now in the minority. Most bowls have more backups than a driver's license test playing, and the best attribute of the experience is the extra practice time for the young guys. Now, while the older crowd, or curmudgeons like my good friend David Cone over here, won't like it, it is the new era of college football, the renaissance or industrial revolution of the sport, and it won't be changing anytime soon. There is some silver lining, however. I can guarantee you that in 2 years, there will be 6 more bowl games that will definitely matter. So, in aggregate, do bowls really matter anymore? Barely, and it's fading fast. I'm bringing my co-host, former Michigan quarterback, NFL free agent technically, David Cone. Call him, let him know, call him, beep him. If you want to reach him. If you want to page him, that's okay. And it's Flaming Dragon Friday, so you know who's sitting to my right.
This is Flaming Dragon!
Flaming Dragon, what say ye?
Not in the best mood this morning.
Not in the best mood this morning. Why not?
Already in the chat?
There's no espresso in the kitchen today.
You're gonna
Look, I might be first world.
You want to talk about
You're
busy?
gonna let
this man
that affect your Friday.
This man.
I am a routine animal, Dave. All right?
You're going to
We
let
have
that
billions of
external,
dollars.
not
no
your internal
espresso
being.
in 2 kitchens.
Man, I think it needs to be
Jeez,
stripped of
that'd be
pork.
like you without candy corn.
No, you got to be stripped of Flaming Dragon after that.
Yeah,
the
right,
internal
but
flame
you don't
comes
have-
from within.
you don't have-
Can't be external.
You don't got the
I
right
didn't
to
get a
say
little
that,
caffeine.
bud.
I didn't
Sorry.
get a little caffeine this morning.
Sorry,
I'm in a
David,
bad
Michigan.
mood.
This at nighttime. It's 7 in the morning, buddy. Good luck.
That's when I do my best work.
It's not.
Still dark though, is it?
It's not.
Technically,
I don't see the
still-
sun until 10
Still on
a.m.,
the clock.
people.
That bakery got robbed about 30 minutes ago, and you're not there. Flaming Dragon.
Ooh.
You always accuse me of being bougie because of I talked about charcuterie one time and how I didn't even know it existed until I met Reed.
That was a bougie statement from me. I know that.
Okay, well, I'm saying embrace the bougie.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
I like things a certain way.
Okay.
I like
Fresh
I
fruit
like
around the house?
fresh. I have a bunch of leather-bound books in my apartment. It smells of rich mahogany. A cute little dog named Baxter.
The man
Someone
did
kicked
pump
off a bridge.
He did pump Baxter.
Speaking of burritos.
Never forgive Jack Black.
Speaking of burritos, Cone, I want to let you just talk about bowl games because again we've heard your thoughts on.
What are my thoughts?
Can I say what I think you would say?
Yes, yes.
You know, guys, football is about playing as a team. Like it's a team sport. It's a teacher of life. And what are you teaching these young men if you can just say, all right, I don't want to get hurt because, you know, it may screw me up in the future. Oh, forget about you guys. I don't care about y'all anymore. I'm just ready to leave. Is that about close?
I like that.
That's about close.
No, the current status of bowls obviously was a natural consequence of telling some of the games, hey, these are more important and you're going to play in a playoff, right? That we knew that was going to happen. Even when we had the BCS era and you played all the bowl games, but then there was one that was the national championship, you could even start to see it then. Honestly, it also doesn't help that there's a month off. You know, I think a lot of these guys, if they had their bowl game the week after the conference championships, a lot of these guys would play the bowl game. Do you disagree?
No, I've never actually thought about that.
One more week?
I've really never thought about
You're
that.
in the talking about you're a routine guy,
Not close
you're a
to the
rhythm
Senior
guy.
Bowl. You're a
I
lot
don't
further
even
away
think
from the
they would
Senior Bowl.
think about opting out because it would just be the natural extension of what is already the regular season. It's that whole month of practice. Think about it. You're already into a different semester technically.
It's not like you
the
can't get
reason
ready.
most of the guys couldn't play bowl games when I was playing is because of the grades kicked in and it was a different academic year. But look, any time that two different teams, and this kind of gets to the point that you were saying you thought I would say. Anytime you get a group of young men competing against another group of young men, it's healthy for our sport, it's healthy for our society. I mean, that's the whole point of this. When I was growing up playing college or playing football in the backyard, it wasn't because I was going to get a paycheck or because I was, thinking about my future in terms of the sport. That's what you do. You go play the football game. So a lot of these guys, like you're saying with the Sun Belt today, yes, awesome for them. And you're saying a lot of the other games have backups in it, but those backups are going to be starters next year. Mm-hmm. So it's really great for them too. I want to make sure everyone understands this. Keep in mind, the NFL isn't going to all of a sudden be able to start taking more and more players. The same amount of players are still going to go pro, and it's very, very few. So a lot of these guys who may opt out because they think they'll have a better chance of going pro, a lot of them are going to be on the outside looking in, and they had an opportunity to play one more football game.
Yeah, and I think you make a very interesting point when you talk about playing it just the week after, because, schematically, you can get ready. It's just like breaking down any other team. David, when I think about this, the bowl situation outside of obviously the 4 and then the 12 when we get to the college football playoff, is it almost like, when you're growing up or even right now, if they're like, your grandparents or some older friend that you have is like, yeah, man, this girl used to be just like unbelievably beautiful back in the day. She's like 85 years old now. It's like in the Titanic, like the old lady that threw the diamond off at the end. It used to be Kate Winslet. Do you think we're going to look back at bowls, like maybe not us, but our kids are going to look at bowl games and be like, hey, here's this 80-year-old woman, but look at this picture of her when she was 22. And they're like, damn. Like, that looks like it was a lot of fun. Well, like, I tell you what, y'all really enjoyed that bowl games back in the day, but now it's just kind of whatever.
It depends on how the playoff incorporates the bowls, which they've obviously still been trying to do. Think about that Oklahoma and Georgia Rose Bowl we got not that long ago.
Yeah.
That is one of the best bowl games and one of the best Rose Bowls that I can remember. It just so happened to be one of the semifinals that year, and it was really cool that you got an SEC team playing a Big 12 team in the bowl games. That's one thing I have agreed on is I don't necessarily need to see conference loyalty within the bowl games. The Rose Bowl being the Big 10 and the Pac-12 champion battling it out. I'd love to see it open up for any different teams, which I think could be a positive aspect of having the bowl games integrated with the college football playoff. To me, it's just that anytime you say, hey, this bowl is outside the rotation of what the playoff's going to be, and you can't win the championship if you're over here playing in the Citrus Bowl now, for instance, that is going to be looked at as a lesser opportunity, as a worse contest.
I'm with you. Flaming Dragon, what do you think?
I mean, do bowls matter? Is that the question? I mean, yeah, they matter to a certain extent. But, I mean, to a guy like me who just loves watching football in general, yeah, they matter. To certain players and coaches, yeah, they matter. But to me, I mean, I don't know. Do we need bowls? Let's make like a little NIT thing going on.
Isn't that what they are, though?
Is it though? There's not a crown champion?
There's just not a second round.
Yeah, it's not a crown champion.
Who wants?
Do you really care about the Cheez-It, who sees it bowl between? I mean, Utah State and Blind
Tech. Do you really care about who wins the NIT in college basketball? I mean, I feel like if you put a banner up that you won the NIT, you should have to take another NCAA tournament banner down. If I'm a college basketball coach, we could win the NIT by 1,000 points.
And I do agree with that. Well, let me ask you this question then. Would you guys rather all of the games that are being played outside of the playoff games this season, all of the bowl games, just not exist this season and not be played?
Oh, no, I want them to play.
Yeah,
of course. Well, then that right there is the answer. They matter.
But I mean, to us.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm talking about everybody, the players, the coaches, but the majority of the fan base. I mean, how excited! If you're a team that's been struggling for a while and you coming back to a bowl, that's that kind of old nostalgic. Yes, we're playing in a bowl game. We did it, whatever. But some of these bowls, I mean, you're looking at them. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, is Ole Miss really that pumped to play Texas Tech?
Well, if they're not, it's their own fault. I think Texas Tech's excited.
I mean, yeah, but they're in two different situations. I mean, look, it's all circumstantial. I think to most of the players, the bowl games still matter because you get gifts and it's an experience. A lot of it, I think, now is where are we going? Like us at South Alabama, we were the fastest Division I team to ever reach a bowl game. We were 6-6, and we were thrilled. And we were playing in Montgomery, the Camellia Bowl, against Bowling Green. But we might as well have been playing against the Cowboys at Jerry's World because we were going to bowl game.
Yeah.
Like that's. But some of these schools that have gone to bowl games over and over again, I mean, are they super thrilled to be in the Razor scooter? Don't fall down and break your wrist bowl.
Well, that's an important point there. You miss a couple bowl eligibility seasons.
Oh, did it? Yes.
Then all of a sudden, so we're talking about Ole Miss. Go win 4 games next season or 5 games next season and see how excited you are to go play in the Meineke Car Care Bowl after that.
I tell you, another cool aspect of the bowl games, though, is you can bet on them. Like we are today, you're going to see it. And if you're betting and you're at a place where it's legal, you need to download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. I mean, what else are you doing? I mean, don't use anybody else. It's not even close. And you need to use our code BOOSTER, BOOSTER, because you place a $5 bet on any NFL team to win their game, you get $150 in free bets if they do. That's only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code BOOSTER, BOOSTER. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. Guys, same game parlay last night. Had Brandon Ayuk to score a touchdown. Had the 49ers over 20.5 points. I had the 49ers on the money line, but I had the Seahawks plus 4.5 at the half. Niners scored that touchdown late to go up 14-3 at half. Obviously, we're going to be breaking that game down, but the same game parlays, I'm telling you, it was $10 to win like 1,000. I like those odds.
I do too. DraftKings on top.
You love to see it.
I love to see it.
What about you, Flaming?
Hey, look, 1-1 yesterday. Look, one thing I'm not going to do is complain about DraftKings this month, especially. Boys doing pretty well.
Yeah,
thing
about anything.
And it comes down to little things with the sports books. How quick can you get your lines? DraftKings has your lines early, prop bets, SGPs. They got it all. Apparently, they have either or anytime touchdowns either. So if you find that, let me know.
What'd you miss yesterday?
The over. 45
The over, that's right. Yeah.
What was your other bet?
It was Bosa, sack, and San Fran money line.
Oh, dude, Joey Bosa.
Well, not Joey.
Or Nick.
Yeah.
Watching him. And, you know, I thought the Seahawks, I thought the right tackle for the Seahawks actually played pretty well against him. But when they started moving him around.
It's a rookie.
Yeah, like just Charles Cross from Mississippi State.
They have 2 rookies, right?
Yeah, I mean, I thought they held up about as well as you can against that guy. But just watching when he gets in that wide 9 or he gets in that wide flex there at the end and the way he's able to manipulate the tackle set, it's just not fair. But you need to go download that DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use our code BOOSTER. What's going on in the club?
Let's go to Mike Orfifth Lifestyle. He's coming out and he's dropping a bag. $50 donation. Appreciate it, Mike. He says, I am solving my rugby ball investigation. Here's enough money for a USA rugby ball on Amazon.
Dude.
Don't want it lost on the Bermuda Triangle, so feel free to purchase it. Happy to add it to the man cave. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
Yeah, look, Mike, we appreciate you. Look, there's sometimes, I don't know what, again, like I'm paid to come on here and talk about sports, right? Not handle the mail. I don't know what land of misfit toys or gifts that this is floating on. In my mind, that rugby ball is like Tom Hanks right now is realizing he's stuck on an island and just painted a face on it. So I don't know if we're ever going to see it.
I'm just waiting to walk
Like
by
3 years from now?
Knowles' office and it's just sitting on the
Yeah, 3 years from
At
now.
Knowles' office?
3 years from now, if some bearded, derelict, vagrant transient walks in here with a rugby ball with a face painted on it, I'm already going to know the whole story.
The whole story.
I'll know the whole
Plane
story.
crashed. I think it's time for us. Let's take it upon ourselves to replace the rugby ball. Okay, not our fault, but we're going to solve it.
We will.
And the mini Paul Bunyan from our boy Ben.
Where is that?
Where's everything going?
Bermuda
man?
Triangle. But I'll tell you what did come in was the cigars.
Yeah.
Did you see the cigars that came in? From our boy
Oh, yes,
Steven?
those are
Portmanteau it.
You love to see
Sent
it.
in some cigars. These are cigars that Tennessee smoked after they beat Bama, and all sales benefit the Legends of Tennessee nonprofit football camp.
Nice.
And we gave one to Michael Knowles just like you requested, and he said thank you very much.
For a second, I thought this was an NIL play. I thought you were about to say all this money goes to the Keep These Offensive Linemen at Tennessee NIL Collective Fund.
I don't think so.
Which would be...
Oh, yeah, that's at the bottom.
Yeah, there it is right there. It's in the fine print. What else we got going on?
Jariah O, $5 donation, says trivia. 12-team college football playoff was established 25 years ago. Which group of 5 school would have the most appearances?
Which group of 5?
Wow, that's a good question. Which group of 5? Give me... Houston.
I'll say Appalachian State.
I don't know the answer. So
I mean, Andre Ware won the Heisman. Houston's had some success in the past. Give me Houston.
all right, let's go to Alex Wendell, $5 donation.
Alex.
So are we destined for a rematch of North Dakota State University and San Diego State in the FCS championship, or South Dakota State, excuse me. Love the show, boys. Love you, Alex.
Hey, I do got to say, can we check, is my boy Sammy Mix and Montana State still in this thing? I need to see that. That's who I'm rooting for. Look, no, you want me to go ahead and tell you? Probably you're getting that rematch. All right, I do want to say this, though, as well. South Dakota State's got a really nice athletic program. They're pretty good in basketball, too. I mean, they're always in the NCAA tournament unless I'm losing my mind. It's not South Dakota, it's South Dakota State.
Montana State's 12-1.
12-1.
First in the Big Sky.
All right, what was their last game?
Their last game was William and Mary.
Didn't they beat the hell out of
They
them?
beat them 55.
Let's go, Mixie. Let's go, Mixie. Y'all made it there last year. Finish the job.
Yeah, they're in the championship.
And then you're going to be at my wedding.
They're in the championship. It's Montana State versus South Dakota State.
North Dakota State's not in it?
No.
North Dakota State lost?
I'm looking. It says Mountain.
That's 2022?
I would hope so. Yeah, it's
So North Dakota State's out of it. It's Montana State, South Dakota State. Sammy, bring it home. Man, over there in Dakota, at least.
Damn, I was going to say Boise State. It's Boise State. Dried $2 donation.
Oh.
Boise State. Gotcha.
it.
Most group of 5. Gotcha.
I wonder how close Houston would have been, though. I don't think I'm that far. What about SMU?
It's true.
I mean, there's a couple out there. I know I'm forgetting one, too. God, so we got Montana State versus South Dakota State. So your answer's obviously no there, but man, come on, Mixie. Come on, baby.
All right, let's go to Garrett Frank. Hashtag Guys Crain Company says, I will keep mentioning this until I am heard. If you guys lose the Daily Wire fantasy football to Shapiro or Clavin, all 3 of you need to eat the one-chip challenge live on the show.
I've already done it.
I refuse.
No, I'm telling you right now, I've already done it. I will not be doing it again. That's one of those things to me, it's like that skydiving, I'm going to do it once just to say that I did it, even though I'm probably not going to do it. But I will say this. I feel good about one of you 2 guys winning it.
Well, there's still a chance all 3 of us could get in the playoffs. And if that happens, we have to feel good about someone on this show winning it.
Jake's just sitting in this little hand right here.
You need to win.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
For what?
For seeding.
I don't. It doesn't matter. I'm not David.
So you're going to throw it?
No, I'm not going to throw it. I'm just saying.
You're
just sitting in this little palm right here.
Okay.
This little palm. Your playoff.
That's you. Debo Samuel gets hurt. I beat the hell out of you the only other time we played all year.
Oh, I thought it was luck.
Huh? It is luck.
All luck.
It is luck.
So what are you talking
about? Fantasy football is luck.
Look, you can beat my ass, but at least I'll make the playoffs.
Yeah, we'll see. Not over yet. I wouldn't talk. You got a problem with talking before stuff's done.
No, I'm like guaranteed in the playoff.
I'm talking about me not making the playoff, genius.
Well,
goodness.
Right here.
What part? It's like follow the bouncing ball.
You're just in this little hand right here.
Yeah, it's like an old Pinocchio movie. What else we got?
Let's go to Ken guy. What's up, Ken? He says, what's the thoughts on having the NCAA commissioner? New NCAA commissioner?
Does NCAA really matter anymore? Like, at first, I wanted to get pissed about it. You know, at first, I'm like, oh, good. A political guy. Y'all hired like Ned Schneebly or somebody. I forgot who it was.
Charlie Baker.
I was close. All right. Isn't he the guy who played wide receiver for Iowa State this year?
I don't know. He's
for Purdue. That's Charlie Jones, I think. Yeah. Which, by the way. Look, I don't think it really matters anymore when it comes down to college football or as we move on with the NIL era and stuff like that, college basketball and the sports that I really followed the most. So, in theory, I'm not happy about it, but in practice, I really don't think it's going to have any effect over anything. I'm more worried about what's going on with the NLRB or the NLRLB or whatever the hell that constitutional body is out there. The USC is.
I have that on.
Yeah, we'll get to that. That scares me more than anything.
All right, let's go to G Money. What's up, G Money? A little Daily Wire chat action. He says, man, my wife just recently had a baby. Congrats.
Congratulations.
Baby's asleep. Wife is asleep, and I'm hanging in here with the Booster Club, but I'll probably be summoned in 10 minutes, but I'm here for now. Well, you enjoy the time that you're in here, man.
You enjoy it, G Money. Congrats.
G Money.
Congrats. You say baby boy?
He just said baby.
Nice.
I don't think.
Congrats.
I don't think we got the gender. Let's go to the Bro Council. He says, I want to ask you this. What are you guys' thoughts of the New York Knicks so far? And also, who do you guys have winning on Sunday, France versus Argentina?
Number one, give me Argentina. I think Lionel finds a way. I know Mbappe's out there bopping his way to goals left and right, but give me Argentina, little Leo, him and Deuce Vaughn hiding in people's pockets out there. Oh, there's a goal. When it comes down to the Knicks, it's hard for me to get excited about the Knicks because they've just been such an absolute hot dog water organization in every aspect for a while. Now, having said that, if you're a New York sports fan in general, it's been kind of a good ending to the year. You got to have a little hope going into the future. The Giants, we've seen what they've been able to do, kind of get back to relevancy again. We'll find out what they want to do with Daniel Jones. The Jets, Mike White coming in and taking over, and defensively, it looks like Robert Saleh has them in contention. The Brooklyn Nets I'll never believe in, and obviously I consider that part of New York. But when it comes down to the Knicks, there's a glimmer of hope. I believe there's a glimmer of hope. Playing pretty good on the road. Seems like defensively they actually care a little bit more than they have in the past. And there's not this abject disaster that's following them around off the court. So I think there should be a little bit of optimism for Knicks fans, but don't put the cart before the horse. Everybody calm down. Look each other in the eyes. Let's play a game of is it real? Is it real? Let's find out.
6th in the Eastern Conference right now, 15 and 13.
Hey, make the playoffs right now.
Yep.
In the playoffs. 18 and 13?
15 and
13? 2 games above water. Hold your head up. See how long you can breathe till it overtakes you. One more.
All right, let's go to David Wyman. He says they're in the semifinals for FCS. Number 1, South Dakota State versus Montana State.
That's
Number 3, North Dakota State versus Incarnate Word.
That's what I thought, because if North Dakota State would have lost, you'd have definitely heard way more about it. It's going to be hard for me to say no. I want Montana State to win the whole thing. Obviously, I have bias there with my buddies coaching the wide receivers. But in reality, do I think it's going to be North Dakota State, South Dakota State in a rematch?
Yeah.
Battle of the Dakotas, which sounds like a chapter in a history book I read in 5th grade. Yes, I do.
You said one more. Would you like another?
No. God, you sound like a teacher at a Catholic school. Let's go to
let's
go to rapid fire or keys to victory. I'm sorry.
All right. Oh, okay. We'll do keys to victory first. Then UTSA and Troy
Yes.
on today.
Yes.
Early.
Very early.
Kinda weird.
10 o'clock.
What time? 10.
10?
Why?
Yeah.
Who?
America.
Never should be
That's
played
why.
before 12.
No, bull.
Never.
Bull.
Never.
I want to get up and watch my football. I want to get up and watch my football. See what happens. We're going to do this show.
11's okay.
It's going to get done at 8. 2 hours later, I'm watching college football. Oh, by the way, you got to make sure you do our bowl pick'em. You got to make sure you submit your bowl pick'em before this game comes on at 10 a.m. I don't know if a lot of y'all know this first game's at 10 a.m. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I was just gonna say, what's the best way for them? Obviously, we put
Here's
it on Twitter,
what you do.
Instagram.
We put it on Twitter. We put it on Facebook. We put it on Instagram. It's everywhere. If you're on social media, you can find it. We tweeted it out.
Is it in the Facebook group?
It's in the Facebook group. Yeah, Instagram. Yeah. Good. If you're on Facebook, go to the Crain Company. It's a Facebook group. You can go in there. I put it in there as well. We've had a lot of entries so far. First place, look, get a nice little merch surprise, and you get to have your speech. Either video that you send in of yourself doing the speech or us reading your speech, and obviously we'll reprise for second or third, which it doesn't matter because we all three submitted it. So I'm probably going to win. David or Blaine will finish in second and third.
We don't count as the speech, though, right?
No.
Like the first place booster club.
First place booster club. Yeah, for sure. But I'm still going to win it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I want to
We'll see.
let you know that. But make sure you get in our bowl pick'em. But UTSA Troy, super excited about this game. Very happy for Coach Traylor. Coach Summerall taking over at Troy, winning 11 games, winning the conference in a year which South Alabama won 10 games. 10 wins doesn't get you a Sun Belt Conference championship. That's how you know the conference is leveling up when you look at their schedule non-conference earlier in the year too. You know, you're going to see in my bets kind of where I lean on this. I like the over. I bought it down. I parlayed it with the UAB spread we're going to get to. I feel a lot better about UAB spanking Miami, Ohio in front of God and everybody at about 2 o'clock today. But I just feel, I know Troy's defense has played well throughout the season. They beat Coastal to a pulp. I know Grayson was a little bit hurt, did play in that game. But Frank Harris, this UTSA offense with Cephas, I know the defense has been porous. I know they're probably going to struggle to stop Troy's run, which means Troy's going to dictate the pace when Troy has the ball. But I think Frank Harris finds a way. We talked with Tom Luganville about this before. I think UTSA finds a way to win. Is it in overtime? I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think they find a way to win by field goal.
Oh, so you have UTSA.
Yeah, UTSA.
Interesting. I thought you were taking Troy this whole time. Gotcha. What do you like about this one, Blaine?
Well, a couple things. It's going to be a sneaky, really good game. These two teams are pretty evenly matched. I mean, UTSA is a -2 point on the spread. Over under is 57. Jake, you said you bought it down to 51.
Yep.
51. I'm looking.
I did this early in the week. I think.
Okay. Man, I'm looking just running the ball. Who's going to win the line of scrimmage? I mean, Troy's their running defense. They're giving up 110 rushing yards. It's pretty good. But UTSA is running from an average 180 a game. So who wins the run battle? I think this is going to be. I don't know. This is one of those games where I think it's two pretty good offenses, but I do think it's going to be somewhat low scoring. But I like UTSA in this game to win by at least a field goal.
Interesting. Okay, maybe I just have a little recency bias with the way Troy smacked around Coastal Carolina, but I'm going to take Troy in this one.
It's not a bad bet.
All right, we got Florida, Oregon State.
Yes. Again, Florida, I mean, you obviously Anthony Richardson going into the draft's not going to play. We know that Kitna was arrested. A couple weeks ago. So they're basically playing with me at quarterback today. Not a ton of momentum for Florida, but for Oregon State, you can close out a very, very impressive season by head coach Jonathan Smith and what the players have been able to do out there in Corvallis. And I'm telling you guys right now, with USC and UCLA leaving, and now that UCLA is officially leaving, even though they got to give like reparations or something to Cal, whatever, they seemed fine with it. Oregon State, with this regime they have in there, I think you could see them really elevate themselves in the pecking order of Pac-12 football very, very quickly with those two departures of the big brands. Obviously, Oregon's still there, Utah's still there, Washington's still there. We'll see the future, how it goes. But I think Oregon State could be a sneaky team to help fill that void or fill that vacuum left by the two leaving. Oregon State, I think, is very excited to be in this game. I think Oregon State wins. I need to see, what is the spread, Blaine?
9.5.
And this game's played tomorrow. You'll see our
Oregon State minus 9.5?
Yeah. I like Oregon State big.
Really?
Big. I don't think Ventrell Miller's playing in this game, the linebacker for Florida, who's a humongous part of that defense. Give me the Beavers.
Yeah.
big.
You too, Blaine?
You hear the sound of a chipmunk. Yeah, I'm taking Oregon State.
really?
I mean, who's going to play quarterback for Florida?
Yeah, I don't know.
Call me. Look, I'll Baker Mayfield this thing.
Just the day before?
The day before.
Worked for Baker.
Give me 3 plays.
And even before Anthony Richardson opted out, they're coming off back-to-back losses against Vanderbilt and Florida State.
Played good, though.
Meanwhile, Oregon State they did what?
Played good against Florida State.
They did, but they still lost the game. And Oregon State hasn't lost since, what was it, the 3-point defeat against Washington?
Came back and beat Oregon.
24-20. Yeah, they came back three wins in a row. So I'm going to take Oregon State as well. Another matchup tomorrow is the Cincinnati-Louisville matchup. Interesting for a lot of reasons.
It's a fight.
Look, Scott Satterfield, you know, is not going to be on the sidelines. Jeff Brom, we know, is taking over that program, Louisville program. Not going to be on the sidelines there, but you're going to put them both on the same sideline. I don't. This is not good just in normal circumstance. Even in a normal circumstance, you could have the Jolly Boys versus the Get Along Gang. It's still not a good idea to put them on the same sideline. Let alone you have a Cincinnati team that just took the coach from Louisville, who they're playing, and the coach from Louisville, Scott Satterfield, who's now going to Cincinnati, didn't do the best job of communicating it to the players. So as a player, what does that feel like to you? Basically, it feels like you got left for a prettier girl. That's really what it is. That's what, coach, he wanted to leave us. It's like, oh no, dad left to go get milk, never came back. I saw him 3 years later with a new woman and new family at Super Walmart. So like, what is it, me? Am I not good enough? Are these things not good enough? Mom's grilled chicken not good enough anymore? Like, to me, that's how you feel, and it's a personal thing. Well, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I'll never be good enough. Maybe I'm always going to be reaching to be better because of the actions that you made, Coach Satterfield.
So you're taking Louisville?
Give me Louisville in this game. Pissed off, and you're going to see our bets tomorrow. We're going to post them. A pissed off Louisville. A Louisville that's treated like the run of the litter when it comes down to them in Cincinnati. What did old boy say? Don't pour over me.
Quickly, though, who would win out of the Jolly Boys and the Get Along Gang?
Look, the Jolly Boys, let's just say a few of them have some nefarious backgrounds.
Okay. Blaine,
they weren't always called the Jolly Boys.
Blaine, what do you think about either Louisville, Cincinnati, or Jolly Boys versus the Get Along?
I don't know what either of those things are.
You don't know about the Jolly Boys?
The Jolly Boys? Or what's the Get Along Gang?
You hadn't heard about the Get Along Gang?
No.
Come on, man.
What is that? Is that an actual thing?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Is that an actual thing?
It is now.
It's like the Sharks versus the Jets, so they like start snapping
First off,
to each other.
don't ever disrespect the Jolly Boys by comparing them to the Sharks versus Jets.
I'm taking Cincinnati in this game. I think Cincinnati right now just a little bit more stable as a program. Louisville, I never know what's going on. With mom with the meatloaf in the kitchen. I never know what she's doing in there. I never know what Louisville's doing in there until they show up on the field and look like crap for 4 quarters. So give me Cincinnati. I know you lose Luke Fickell, but stability. They always keep it. Yeah.
Is Malik Cunningham playing?
No, I want to know. Is he not playing?
I mean,
that's what. Like, I agree with everything you're saying. Cincinnati seems to be more stable. I think they were a better football team throughout the year. Louisville had some really rough performances and bad losses. Then they had some great wins. And that emotion of your coach leaving can only get you so far early in the game. But somehow I still feel like Louisville can win this football
Louisville's going to play awful for one half and immaculate.
And I think they'll win by 1.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen.
All right. Did you want a keys to victory for Dolphins-Bills? You get a little Saturday NFL action this weekend.
Yes. Sunday previews back this week as well. Okay. Tua hasn't played great the past 2 weeks. You don't have to be some genius private detective to figure that out. The Bills losing Von Miller, though, and everybody talks about the things that Von Miller does quickly, right? The sacks, being able to stop the run, the big plays, being able to drop in coverage. But one of the things that Von Miller does that causes the most problems is even when he's not affecting you, he's affecting you at quarterback. You always know where he is at. You're always thinking about him. It throws you off your rhythm and off your timing. We talked about this with Tua Tagovailoa earlier in the week and a little bit last week. Tua doesn't have the strongest arm in the NFL. Everybody knows that. So he has to rely on anticipation and timing to be able to fit balls over the middle, the hole shots and things like that. He can't just zip it in there like Justin Herbert or some of these other guys. When Von Miller is out there and he throws off your rhythm and timing, it affects guys like Tua more than it affects anybody else because it happens earlier. Now that Von Miller isn't out there, Tua's more comfortable and he has more time to let Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and all those other witches out there just running around and getting open and turning, normal concepts into backyard plays or scramble drill, or being able to get the ball out quick without it getting batted down or something like that. I like the Dolphins in this game.
Really?
But a lot of it is because I think Tua is due to have a good game, and I think they're going to be able to have time to get the ball out to their playmakers. Bradley Chubb, this Miami defense, has to find a way. Remember the last time the Bills played the Dolphins?
I do.
That was a pretty crazy-ass game.
Crazy ending,
if you remember it. But I like the Dolphins in this game. I do.
How about you?
No, I'll give you the Bills. I think the Bills are a better team. I think you see somewhat what the formula is to stop the Dolphins as taking away the middle of the field. I know you lost Von Miller, but he's still pretty good up front, and Ed Oliver. You get another nose back. I mean, I think the Dolphins, you're still missing Jeff Wilson Jr. You have Raheem Mostert, who's just kind of a straight line guy. But I still like the Bills. I think the Bills are a more complete team on offense and defense. I think the Bills are going to win the Super Bowl. So give me the Bills at home. This spread's at 7.5.
7.5?
Yep.
That first game that you were talking about, we had some clock mismanagement issues.
You had the punt go off the back of the up back.
Similar disastrous ending for the Bills in the Vikings game, okay? Four straight wins since then, though. I think the Bills are starting to figure it out. I think they're going to take the ending of that first Dolphins game personally. With the spike situation, you could just tell that Josh Allen, he's the type of quarterback where these kind of mistakes are unacceptable. If you're going to beat us, come in and beat us and dominate us. I don't think the Dolphins are going to go do that in Buffalo, so I'm going to take the Bills. That's what we got for Keys to Victory.
All right, well, speaking about overall and trying to play good and anticipate, you can reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. Just one scoop in a cup of water every day. It's pretty simple. And to make it even easier, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/Crain and Company. Again, that is athleticgreens.com/Crain and Company to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. People say excuses. I don't have time to fit all these vegetables in my diet every day. Well, get some Athletic Greens. You want better gut health? Get some Athletic Greens. I'm feeling tired and drained coming into work every day. Get more athletic and green it up with Athletic Greens. You need to boost your immune system? You're welcome. You want a supplement that tastes great? Wow, it's magically delicious. And no, this ain't Lucky Charms. That's athleticgreens.com/Crain and Company. Flaming Dragon.
You're doing good today.
First off, we're not talking about
You're doing well.
We're not talking about what's going on in the Booster Club.
Congrats.
What's going on in the Booster Club? What's going on in the Booster Club?
Let's go to Steve's action figure frenzy, who's changed his name because I couldn't say it. What is that?
Nothing.
Oh, just a little note. Just a little note.
Show it to me. Okay. Hey, look, I get it. He says, I wasn't here yesterday to say this because I slept in and I make my own hours. Congratulations.
Nice.
Can we get the Crain Company guys at Daily Wire backstage? Wednesday night was a snore fest. Not good at all. Oh, reminder, Archie Griffin.
Oh, that's who said Archie Griffin. Look, we'd love to go backstage.
Yeah.
Front stage, middle stage, upper stage, lower stage, stage 3. I don't know.
Stage left, stage right.
Watch your mouth, David.
Back of the house, concession stand.
Wow.
There's a concession stand?
Nice.
All right, head people keeper Blaine. Someone thought I made this account. No, I didn't.
Somebody thought which one did they think was my burner? I think they thought Blaine's mustache was like my burner account. I don't have.
I have barely enough time to keep up my own Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm not making another one. He says, question for David, Michigan. Our first son just took his first steps. Congratulations. Our second son is due in 4 months.
Wow.
On a scale of 1 to 19, how real is it about to get?
Well, I'm asking the same question. My second one's not here either. Adam went from taking his first step at 1 year to running in the span of like 10 days. You guys saw it.
Oh, I saw it. Did he get in that little chair? He moved. I'm talking about like he get in that little. What do you call those things? Little rolling chairs or whatever? Like, where it's like the circle around him, where it's almost like he's in a bubble protected.
Look like an F1 driver.
Dude, I'm telling you, he would just literally, and it's real when he'd realize when he's coming around the corner and he'd let go and let like the momentum take it. I was like, all right, boy's got the mix right. Boy's got the mix right.
Update on baby Ava, though. Darby Lou went to the doctor this week.
Good to go?
Everything's good.
Good.
We're at the finish line. We have a travel ban. There's a travel ban.
Nice.
We're here. We're local. Can't go anywhere. We'll be here for Christmas. just waiting.
We'll be here for Christmas.
Have you told Adam yet?
Huh?
Have you told Adam?
We've been trying to
down and-
communicate the situation
Does he
to
have
you,
any
Adam.
clue what's going on?
I don't think so. I don't think so. We keep pointing at Mama's belly like, look, you have to understand. Talk about stuff getting real. It's about to get real for you.
Yeah, he's like, wait, who's in my house? Who's in my old house?
Because remember at the birthday party the other day, Darby Lou picked up the other kid who was there and Adam started crying?
Oh,
That's about to be your life.
Oh, man.
yeah.
And it's a girl.
It's time to come hang out with Dad.
And it's a girl, believe me, as somebody who had, has a younger sister who was the oldest, yeah, believe me, it's about to get real.
Yeah. But congrats on the upcoming baby, bud.
All right, let's go to King Don Sobek. Hashtag
How's he doing?
ask Crain.
How's the North?
Y'all gonna talk about Canelo Alvarez in your best ginger conversation?
Oh,
no.
Y'all didn't even mention him last time.
That's
Man, there were so many
there.
we overlooked. Canelo's a good one, though.
That's a good. That's
it's
a
hard
really
to think
good
of
one.
like fire gingers off the top of your head.
It is.
really is.
It is.
The Shaun White one was a really good one.
Yeah.
Because he's at the
Pinnacle,
top,
yeah.
the
He's peak
pinnacle of
ginger.
his
Yeah,
sport.
like Carrot Top did in comedy.
I think Canelo still has an argument to make for best pound-for-pound boxer right now.
Bill Walton, I thought was a good call.
I thought Bill Walton was a good one.
I thought it was a good call. Was Brian Bosworth didn't have red hair? No, he had blonde hair.
Yeah, I don't think so. Let's go to
Good call on Canelo, though.
Cody Kirby at Crain Company. My wife and I just had our second child, first boy. Oh, yes, it's about to get really, really real. Christian Beard at Crain Company. Do you think if Brock Purdy keeps playing like this, should the 49ers be the favorites in the NFC to make it to the Super Bowl? I saw somebody yesterday come on and say he looks like a young Tom Brady. I almost jumped through the TV and started strangling.
Yeah, that's a dumb thing to say.
Whoa.
Hey, I will say what I said yesterday. And you know what? We have it in rapid fire, right?
Mhm.
You know what, let's go ahead and hop into rapid
do it.
fire. That's a great segue right there.
Let's recap it, boys. San Fran, 21. Seattle Seahawks, 13.
21.
Purdy was 17 for 26, 217, 2 touchdowns in his first road start.
Started what, 11 for 11?
Was it that good?
Yeah, I think he started 11 for 11. Here's what I'm going to say. I said it yesterday. Sometimes when you watch guys play, the game looks slower for them than it should at this age. All right, I led the show with this yesterday. When you've watched Brock Purdy, he came into the game cold off the bench when Jimmy G got hurt against the Dolphins, led him to a victory. Spent the whole week knowing he was going to be the starter, going up against Tom Brady, a guy that he was still in diapers when Tom Brady's out here throwing the ball. Week to prepare, which may be harder than coming in cold. And he balls out. They beat the Buccaneers to death. Then he goes on the road to a place in Seattle that's one of the most hostile places to play, regardless of how good the Seahawks are in the NFL. When you talk about in-game noise and things like that. Handles himself unbelievably well, doesn't really turn the ball over, starts out, is very smart. They do a good job of being balanced. But I want to make this point. I think Brock Purdy needs to be the quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers going forward after this season. I think he does. I think he's got that type of juice.
More yet?
I want to see more, but I think he's got that type of upside. Right now, I'm buying in the hype train. I asked yesterday, should you buy in the hype train? Here's the one thing I got to see, though. The San Francisco 49ers eventually are going to have to push the ball down the field in the air. A lot of the passes you saw last night from Brock Purdy, he hasn't connected on a lot of vertical balls. George Kittle, that throw a little bit different, and I'm talking about outside 9 routes, things like that. If Brock Purdy can just be decent throwing the vertical, throwing the post wheel powder, whatever the hell you want to call it, then he has a chance to be very, very special. Because when I watch him operate, he is not overwhelmed, he is not overrun, and he does not overthink. And those are the 3 things that happen to rookie quarterbacks or young quarterbacks all the time. Because the game, we always hear, right, the NFL is faster than college. And it is. But I'm going to be honest with you. It looks like Brock Purdy has been running pretty fast before he even got up here. He looks like he belongs. And if you look at the way that team has embraced him, it is amazing when you watch a player elevate other players that have more experience than him. That is a very hard thing to do. That buys you a ton of cred in the locker room and outside the locker room, street cred, whatever you want to call it. Brock Purdy, fellas, is an NFL quarterback. Brock Purdy belongs, and the and the Niners may have just, the Niners may have just found them a diamond in the rough and Mr. Irrelevant. How cool of a story would that be?
Blaine, a lot of people thought if Brock Purdy got exposed, it would be in this game against Seattle. First road start, divisional matchup. Actually, one of the better rivalries in the NFL. He played well.
Yeah, I thought he played good. Okay, this is the thing with me. This 49ers team kind of reminds me of Georgia last year. Right, and Brock's got some Stetson Bennett in him. Brock's a good player, but I still need to see more. There's a couple of mistakes he made that the Seahawks didn't capitalize on last game, throwing picks right to people. So this defense is extremely good. I still think if he plays like that, I think this 49ers team is good enough to win a Super Bowl with playing somewhat okay at the quarterback position. Same thing with Georgia. I think that defense is that good. I still need to see more. I still think Jimmy G needs to be the guy when he comes back. The thing, Brock's a good player, but he's not out there. He threw to 67% open receivers. Shanahan was balling.
You can't help
yesterday.
that guys are getting.
Shanahan was absolutely dialing up yesterday. Go back to that first touchdown. You faked 2 wide receiver screens and hit the tight end seam up the middle.
Yeah.
That was disgusting. Brock is good, but this team's not good enough. If Brock needs to play a lot better if they want to win a Super Bowl.
Well, I tell you what, I think if you went up to Shanahan right now and said, hey, if Brock Purdy went 17 for 26 for 217 yards, averaged over 8 yards of completion, 2 touchdowns, no picks, and only took 1 sack, would you take that every game? Mm-hmm. He'd probably look at you, shake your hand.
No one's saying you wouldn't take that every game, but I'm saying Brock's going to have to play better to win a Super Bowl. I promise you that. Brock right now is not better than Jimmy G, in my opinion. The kid's played 3 games. Let him play a real team. Let him line up. Let him line up against the Chiefs. Let him line up against the Bills, and then we really say
Seattle on the road is a real team.
Wait.
I mean, they're an okay team. They're like 5-7.
Who has Jimmy G thrown them to wins against? Did he throw a touchdown in the playoffs last year? You want to talk about playing okay? Jimmy G is the definition of just okay. Let's not act like Jimmy G is this savant thrower of the ball that's out here throwing for an innumerable amount of yards and an unbelievable amount of touchdowns. He didn't throw a touchdown pass.
So if Brock Purdy makes it to the playoffs and they win as many playoff games as they won last year, is Brock Purdy okay?
He's as good as Jimmy G.
Jimmy G's decent.
You just said he's not. You don't think
right now? I don't think he's as good as Jimmy G. Go look through. I mean, Will he be better than Jimmy G at a certain point? Yes, he's young. I obviously know that. But right now, I think Jimmy G will give a better chance than for the 49ers to win a Super Bowl than Brock Purdy.
I think it's closer than a lot of people think.
I think it's pretty close, too. I mean, you have to think winning a Super Bowl now with just a decent quarterback and a great defense is not something we have seen in a while. Because we were talking about, you have to have an elite quarterback to win a Super Bowl these days. Georgia doing it at the college level last year was sort of interesting because it showed like, hey, when Alabama and all these teams are winning national championships with these elite quarterbacks, maybe you can get back to that bread and butter of having a strong run game, an elite defense, and just sort of a quarterback that can get the job done. If you're Brock Purdy coming in right now, this is a perfect situation. Imagine if you were the last pick in the NFL draft, you were being forced to start because the first 2-string quarterbacks were injured before you. What would you want? Say, well, I'd love it if the team had a great defense. This one does at every single level in the defense. It'd be great if I had a lot of great wide receivers and we traded for Christian McCaffrey. You have that. Plus, you got Kyle Shanahan dialing up, just like you were talking about, Blaine, all these disgusting, nasty tight end delay plays that are leading to touchdowns. And you're in the NFC. To me, we had them at 4 in our power rankings this week, right? I think that after this performance, you really have to sort of bump them up. I don't think they're as strong as the Eagles right now. I would take the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes over them right now, but I would say that the 49ers are certainly more balanced, right? When you look at what they're able to do on the defensive side of the ball. The question that I have is, if you had a quarterback, say someone like a Trevor Lawrence, right, who came in number 1 pick, all the physical characteristics, if you put him on the 49ers right now, what would this team be doing?
Oh, I think they'd
be killing everybody.
Yeah, they'd be elite. I mean, I'm a believer in Trevor, too. I mean, I have been since he was in college. What's the rest of the Niners schedule before we move on?
It is. They have the
pretty weak.
Commanders, Raiders, Cardinals.
Commanders, Raiders, Cardinals.
And they've won 7 straight.
Damn, man, they're going to roll off 10 in a row.
They started 3-4.
This defense is different.
Oh, yeah, no.
This defense is
we can take. The defense is the best defense in football, and it's obviously the best side of the ball. Fred Warner, like you talk about a guy playing linebacker that's fun. Having D'Amico Ryans coaching Fred Warner is like having Iron Man coaching Jimmy.
D'Amico Ryans needs to be a head coach in the NFL really soon.
Man, I'll tell you what. I get an inkling, man. Does he end up at Bama? You think he wants
HC
as the head coach?
I wouldn't be upset with
I'm telling you right now. Some guys want to stay in that league. I don't know what D'Amico wants to do. Like, that's at college and the NFL. I mean, up there, you're just coach. It's just ball. It's just ball. Some guys, and D'Amico's been up there for a while, obviously played for a long time. But DeMeco Ryans, we talk about up and coming, has nothing to do with the color of his skin or anything like that. He's a damn good football coach.
The things they were doing up front on defense, if you're an offensive lineman, that's you got Bosa. God, they got Armstead. They got a couple guys. Even the DBs yesterday played phenomenal. Oh boy, he played against Metcalf.
Greenlaw.
Greenlaw's a dog.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the corner. Was it Ward?
Yeah, Jay Ward.
Long, I think like 6'3".
I don't think it's Jay Ward. It's not Jay Ward. I believe it's. God, I'm trying to remember.
Ohio State kid, right?
Yeah, the long as hell.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm telling you,
Denzel
Ward. No, I think he's with the Browns.
Denzel Ward was with the Browns. Yeah. All right, let's go to the next one.
Got a lot more stuff here. Drew Brees going to be coaching the quarterbacks at Purdue, and Graham Harrell's going to be the OC.
Look, I don't know if Drew's going to stick around past the bowl game. We'll see. I know he's going to help recruit and stuff like this. But, hey, Ryan Walters, new head coach of Purdue, former Illinois DC, off to a good start, bud.
Mm-hmm.
Real good start. Graham Harrell coming in. You talking is Purdue the Mississippi State of the Big Ten in the way of they're just going to throw the ball?
Sexiness.
They're going to throw the ball. The offense is just throwing. I mean, Graham Harrell's going to throw the ball.
Yeah.
Make no mistake. Graham Harrell's not going in there to run it. Which is interesting to me, seeing as Ryan Walters is a defensive coordinator who's now a head coach. I think that kind of shows some forward thinking. Listen, as a defensive guy, you're like, all right, what can be the most beneficial to the defense instead of thinking about, what would be the most beneficial to the team? How about that? I think sometimes coaches get lost a little bit on their side of the ball. Great hire. Really excited for Graham. Drew, it's going to be, again, interested. I think he's going to be better at this than probably he was at broadcasting. To be honest with you, I didn't think he was exactly blew it out of the water. First thing Drew Brees probably isn't good at. But I think it's a really good pickup for Ryan Walters. Really good start there. I know there's a lot of momentum. But speaking of a lot of momentum, all right, I know there's some guys out there this Christmas that are looking around saying, hey, man, I'm feeling less like my old self. All right? I don't have the energy I used to. Maybe don't have the body I used to. And we want to make those New Year's resolutions or adjustments, as we call them. Well, boy, do I get the product for you. If you text CRAIN to 231-231, you get a complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. If you text now, you'll also get a complimentary bottle of Nugenix Thermo if you're trying to turn it up a notch. That's our most powerful fat incinerator ever. It's literally gone, and it's absolutely free. Only if you text Crain, that's CRAIN, to 231-231. And guys, look, we all have egos, right? Everybody has egos. Nobody wants to admit, maybe I've fallen off a little bit. Maybe I'm not the same young, vibrant, exuberant young man that I used to be, and they're nervous about telling anybody. Well, guess what? You don't have to tell anybody. You just got to text somebody, and that somebody is 231-231. And if somebody finds out, they're not going to judge you. All right? The Nugenix Total T Testosterone Booster helps you turn back the clock, re-energize your workouts. It contains key man-boosting ingredients like testofen, which has been validated in 5 clinical studies and backed by years and years of research. And unlike other products that use generic ingredients, which are far less clinical grade, Nugenix Total T gives you the same clinical potency levels used in the trials. Let's go ahead and shoot that text out there. 2023, you could be back on your bully with Nugenix Total T.
Total T.
Total T.
Total T.
I don't know if that's an ally of David Michigan or a nemesis yet.
Total T?
What
do you feel about Captain Hindsight?
Captain Hindsight?
South Park, Captain Hindsight? He always comes in after something happens and tells them what they should have done.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's like some escape from the zoo and he comes flying in and instead of finding like the animal that escaped, he's like, y'all should have made the bars bigger. They're like, thanks, Captain Hindsight. And then he leaves.
Pretty good.
I haven't seen those episodes.
Nice. Back to rapid fire.
Rapid fire. All right. Let's go to MLB here. Pitcher Carlos Rodón, 6 years, $162 million, signs with the Yanks, boys.
Get your bag. Get your bag. Look,
Yankees are starting to act like the Yankees.
Yeah. Well, the happiest person. This should be Garrett Cole. Takes a little bit of pressure off of him to have another arm that they can rely on. That again, the Yankees signing a big time player for a big time amount of money. What's new? Water's wet. But Cashman, like they said, that they ended up, getting Judge back. You add Rodón. I mean, it's...
Yep. Can't wait to have a great season and completely blow it in the playoffs.
To the Astros?
See, they're going to pull that right there.
Pull it. I don't care.
Pull that right there.
I got something you can pull.
Still haven't apologized.
Yeah, no. At this point, I mean, my lawyers will be in touch.
Lawyers, plural.
Yeah, they see an injury.
Plural.
Oh, there's multiple.
All right, NBA. Steph Curry is going to miss a few weeks with a shoulder injury.
Wah.
The shoulder injury.
Say
Well,
it.
he'll be back in time for the playoffs.
Yeah, say it.
I don't know. Maybe he can fake another video, trick everybody out there.
I knew there's no way.
Yeah,
There was
hey,
no
look,
way.
if you've ever shot a basketball, that's
Two
hard.
maybe.
Two, maybe.
If you're lucky.
3, call
Nah.
the government.
Yeah.
3,
Nah.
I'm calling the government.
Yeah.
We're getting scientists. We're strapping you up to something. Will we try and electrocute you every now and then to see what happens? I don't know.
For sure.
But
Yeah. We turn the lights off, make you be in a body of water, put eggs all around you, and see what
Yes.
happens.
Golden
Oh,
State
CIA.
10th in the Western Conference right now, 14 and 15.
Not worried.
Yeah, I'm now if we're two months from now and we're talking about the same story and they're around the same spot, then I'll worry. But yeah, when it comes down to they still have the core, Steph, Clay, the practice puncher, Draymond Green, Jordan Poole, the guy who gets punched at practice. So no, I'm not worried about him.
Let's stay in the NBA with Tyler Hero for the Miami Heat. 9 3-pointers in consecutive night. He had 9 3-pointers. Tyler Hero, 9 3-pointers, then followed it up with 10 3-pointers. The first NBA player in history to have back-to-back nights of at least 9 3-pointers.
Wow. Look, Haru the Great White Ninja does it again. Tyler Hero. And when you look at the Heat, I love the way that the Heat are built, that kind of rough and tumble mindset. I feel like the Celtics and the Heat have parallel kind of identities. Look, Tyler's he's a splash machine. Let's be honest, it's a butter parade out there. If the guy can see the basket, it's probably going in, and sometimes when he's not seeing it, and he hangs out with Jack Harlow. I mean, what a great life right now if you're Tyler Hero. I feel like Tyler
Jack
Hero.
Harlow, that was the guy that was the College Game Day pick?
Oh, that was so bad. You
Oh,
remember that?
man. Hashtag unsubscribe.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, Jack Harlow's whatever, but look, there's not a lot of people I look up to, but Tyler Hero's up there.
Tyler Hero's
Like, look, if I could choose another life.
really. He's like Tyler Hero's like that 2K player that all people who didn't make the NBA made.
Yeah, I was like, look, first of all, you're in a white kid in the NBA. Congrats.
Congrats.
You're really
And you're
good.
not 7 foot.
2, you're not 7 foot. You're just splashing threes. 3, you're in Miami, and 4, your girlfriend's a baddie. Yeah, Tyler's that man.
It's a good situation for Tyler.
Play to Kentucky.
It's like what was that show that used to come on Disney where he'd find he had that chest of sports stuff and he'd find the jersey and put it on and all of a sudden he's Joe Montana back there playing quarterback.
No, wait,
Does anybody remember that show?
No, that sounds dope. I'm kind of mad I missed it. What is that?
It was it
On
came out,
Disney?
the same time as Jet Jackson and
Mm-mm.
you don't know Jet Jackson?
I don't know any of
What's
this.
Jet Jackson?
Well, you're not. You were too
Jet
young.
Jackson.
What? You don't know who Jet Jackson? In the comments, roast this man. Roast this man.
What is Jet
Jet Jackson? Look up
The
Jet.
famous Jet Jackson?
Yes. The Jersey was the name of the show. The Jersey. He would 99 to 2004 had a good run. Had a
The
good run.
Jersey.
The Jersey. Yeah. Wow.
Sounds sweet though.
Godly. It was super sweet. The sweetest actually.
All right. All right. We talked a little bit about the new NCAA commissioner. That's Charlie Baker. Again, I don't know how this is going to work with the college football playoff aligned with the NCAA. Is the NCAA just going to be all other sports other than football? I have no idea. But he's the outgoing governor of Massachusetts who's going to come in, lead the NCAA now.
Great.
Hold on. This was me yesterday because I remember somebody told me this yesterday and I was pissed at first. And I was like, it just doesn't matter. Oh, wow. A politician that says he does stuff but really doesn't do anything, he'll fit right in.
Bobby Petrino, OC, UNLV.
How about that ride in?
Well, I think it's a great move by Barry Odom.
Bobby's that guy though.
But look, Bobby come in here and witch it up
Yeah, he calls
for
some
sure.
plays.
Just keep him away from motorcycles and volleyball coaches. When it comes down to it, does Barry Odom have a chance to win at UNLV? Yes. But what is winning at UNLV now? Go into a bowl. Just go into a bowl. I think Barry could do that. Bowl
You going to a bowl at UNLV?
Bowls don't matter, though. They're going away. They're done.
That's what like I was telling you, that's one of the anomalies or the situations where it does matter.
60-18 playoff.
60-18
Why not
playoff.
69?
Stop it. All right, a couple more things here. The Hooters tops the NIL deal.
Yeah,
You see
come
that?
on,
Our boy
boys.
Bruce Scala sent it over.
Yes, Hooters.
That's
Best
the Bruce.
wings out there. The Daytona-style wings. Look me in the eyes. Don't ever look me in the eyes again. No, it's great PR for them. It was a great decision for them, to go with John Daly and some of the things they've done in the NIL space and maybe doing some other things in the NIL space as well.
Last two here, like we talked about, the California Board of Regents says UCLA is fine to go to the Big Ten, but they have to pay some money on their way out.
Yeah, it's and look, the UCLA representative was like, "You want to know how I knew UCLA thought it was a good deal?" They're like, "We want to thank the Board of Regents for doing their due diligence and all the nice things.
And I ain't paying nobody nothing.
They're like, it's going to affect Cal, this, that, and the other. But look, I think just how it rolls out there. They know in the long run they're about to make a whole hell of a lot more money with what's going on in the Big Ten than any Pac-12 media deal that's going to go out there and pay a few shekels to Cal so they can spend all of it on 2 drinks from Starbucks because everything's so expensive out there. But I'm glad UCLA's getting out. What is
I think all teams should leave.
Yeah, like
everyone leave.
UCLA's getting out.
Everyone
USC's
leave.
getting out. Who's next?
Out of the Pac-12?
Yeah, the Pac-12 just needs to go away.
Well, here's another thing.
I don't agree with that.
Piggybacks off that. The National Labor Relations Board has directed its Los Angeles regional office to pursue charges of unfair labor practices against USC, the Pac-12, and the NCAA. The National Labor Relations Board will argue that athletes at USC are employees of those 3 groups and that their rights have been unlawfully restricted. If they are successful, athletes who play men's basketball, women's basketball, or football at any private college in the NCAA will be granted the rights of employees, including the freedom to create unions.
Okay, here's, of course, leave it to California to try and drive the stake through college football. I'm shocked there. I don't think it's going to pass. I am a pro-market guy, okay? I'm a capitalist. But when it comes down to this, we have to understand the players are not employees of the school. They are students. They are students of the school. These are the same people that will look you in the face and say, oh no, well, sports isn't that important. They go there to learn. Okay, well then they're students. So if you're going to make them employees, then make all the students employees. You're on full scholarship to play college basketball and college football. You're on full scholarship. Nobody is making you go play. Nobody is forcing you to do anything. This isn't China or Iran or any of these places. Like I said, you're on full scholarship, and now you have the ability to sign NIL deals for name, image, and likeness. You can go and leave wherever. If we make them employees and they're able to unionize, that is really going to ruin college football. It is going to totally take all the lasting effects of what separates college football from any other business. Screw the NFL, any other business. They are students. That's what they are. They are student athletes. Do they make money for the school? Yes. Can they make money for themselves? Yes. There are students that make money for the schools. Students that do well and get grants approved for the schools to do research and things like that. Coaches are employees, teachers are employees, administrators are employees, custodians are employees, the lunch people are employees. The students are not employees. We need to start understanding and having boundaries when it comes to separating kids and from adults, okay? Not that they're 8 years old, but these are still 18 to 22-year-olds that are using college to prepare them for the real world. This isn't a employee-employer relationship. They are already getting benefits. There's nobody being denied anything. But to make them employees and give them a chance to unionize and then having some NFL, PA, you want to talk about opt-outs? You want to talk about games not getting played? You think it's bad now? But why should I be surprised? We're the same people that, same group of people that think taking 9-year-olds to drag shows is kid-friendly. So nothing surprises me in society nowadays, but this will ruin college. It will ruin it. It will absolutely drive a stake through the heart of it. You want to kill it? Go ahead and do this. And I tell you what, I'm so sick. There are a lot of great people in the state of California, and you can make the argument this could have happened everywhere. But I'm so sick of all this BS starting out of one place. Stop it. Y'all hear me? Stop it. Y'all want to do that? Then keep it out there. Keep it out there, and don't infect everybody else with this BS.
No, it's
please.
not going to stay there.
Like, it's a joke.
We are witnessing the slow death of college athletics, specifically football, by a group of people who have a complete disdain for competition. And the goal is for it just to manifest there in California and then take over the rest of the country. I've always said, in 10 years, I think tackle football at least will be outlawed in the state of California. So I don't even know why they're taking these measures. Just go ahead and outlaw it completely. And the sad part about it is we're really not going to realize the damage we've done until kids don't have an opportunity to further their education at school. That's what. Do you think my parents could have afforded for me to go to the University of Michigan? Never. Never. I had an opportunity. I was glad to take it. Never once felt exploited. And I think some of the situations could be a little bit different in terms of the transfer portal or signing 4-year scholarships instead of single-year scholarships. Of course, and those kind of things can be tweaked. But this idea that we want to treat college students exactly like their employees, once they start to be fired and they can't further their education anymore, and they're on the outside looking in of a degree that they had planned their next 4 years to get, then all of a sudden, once that starts happening, we're going to try and go back and
no, it'll be woe is me. It'll be, this is so unfair. No, and then we can't go back and
fix it. There's no going back.
No, and listen, we have great fans from California. I've been there before. I recruited California. I'm not saying everybody's like, but it just seems to me like this stuff always happens out there. This would never start in Georgia. This would never start in Alabama or Tennessee or Ohio or anything like that. It always tends to come out there because I just, I'm going to stop before I get myself into trouble. But Flaming Dragon.
Yes.
Booster Club.
Booster Club. All right, let's go to Hog in OKC. $5 donation. Appreciate that.
Hog.
Thanks for all the great content, guys. Enjoying being a part of the Booster Club and looking forward to be in perpetuity. You're welcome.
Yes.
How you like that?
Good job, Blaine. Proud of you.
Appreciate that. Trey Bodenheimer, $5 donation.
Thank you.
Cone is about to get real. But if it's anything like my experience, my son protects his little sister and my daughter thinks he is hung on the moon.
There you go. I love it. Love to hear that. I'm ready.
Yep.
Are you ready, though?
We can do this.
Are you ready? Mm-hmm. Mike RFF Lifestyle wants to know what's the best Black Rifle roast for a newbie?
Ooh. For a newbie?
For a newbie.
This is you. Here you go. Here's the layout.
I'll tell you what. We had the Lava Panther on set. I really like that. I enjoyed the Fool's Gold so much. It was the Irish
Gunships.
I don't know if that one is just seasonal or if they've done away with it, but if that one comes back out, we're gonna get one for the set so I can show you. I like the Gunship. They have the Blackbeard roast, which is great. I think my brother's favorite is Silencer Smooth, which that comes with the silencer on it.
You never hear it coming.
Pack. No, you never hear that one. I haven't tried the Power Llama yet, though.
Let's go to Texas Ed. Lady Longhorns going for a 4th national title versus Louisville, 8 p.m. on Saturday. I tell you what, that Pittsburgh-Louisville volleyball match was ridiculous.
I'm telling you, women's sports lean into softball, volleyball, and gymnastics. You're smart. Y'all want to make money? There you go. I know what this is about. Women's basketball. I'm sorry, it's just it's mid, which is a great segue to Flaming Dragon.
Oh yeah. God, they're ready to piss some people off.
Segment called It's Mid.
Yes.
All right, guys.
Hosted by Flaming.
Probably going to get in trouble for this.
All right. Are you going to set some definitions and some parameters of what exactly...
Yeah, explain to people what it is.
What is mid? What constitutes...
I'm just going to be naming things that are mediocre.
Mediocre. So not bad. They're not bad,
no.
But they're not great.
It's Kirk Cousins. It's Stetson Bennett. It's Brock Purdy. It's Jimmy G.
You talking about national championship Heisman finalist Stetson Bennett?
Are you talking about undefeated QB?
Exactly. So it's working.
Starter?
So it's working.
Brock Purdy.
So we're going to start. It's mid. First thing that mid is the Midwest. I mean, it's literally in your name.
Wow.
What is there fun to do in the Midwest? Absolutely nothing.
Do not let him get away with that.
All right, 2, The Office. I know. It's mid. It's mediocre.
What is happening right now?
It's mediocre. Everyone gasses up like it's hilarious. It's mediocre. All right, 3, Kevin McCarthy. What are you doing? What are you doing? Figure it out. It's a joke. Krispy Kreme without the light on. Have you been?
Now you're onto something.
It's mid.
Turn the light on.
It is mid. The light needs to be on all the time. I want to see those things rolling. Okay? The WWE, it's fake. It's fake.
This is a good
it's fake. Everyone knows it's fake. Why are you buying a ticket?
It's still real to me, dude.
Banana peppers on a pizza. I never get excited. Pineapple doesn't belong, but banana peppers don't excite me either. All right? The Polar Express. It's mediocre. It's mediocre.
The movie?
The movie or the place?
Maybe probably both. All right? It's just not that good to me. I'm going to be honest. Country music.
All of country music.
Right now.
All
country
of
music
country
right
music.
now.
Okay.
Country music right now. It's basically soft pop. That's what it is.
Okay.
Taylor Swift ruined it.
We kind of mentioned this earlier. Women rappers. I'm sorry, you're mid.
They're not worse than mid?
I don't know if I could say that. But yeah, it's pretty bad, to be honest. I had to put this one in there just because Kirk Cousins, guys.
Okay.
The definition of mediocre. Then Chipotle. I'm a Moe's guy. Chipotle, ill, gross, get away from me. There's rats.
Oh,
all right?
No.
Okay, candy canes, mid. Do you really like candy canes? Have you ever met? No, don't let me ask you.
I don't love to eat candy.
Do you like candy canes?
Not really.
They're mediocre.
I don't love to eat candy canes, but I do like to see them on the Christmas tree and around.
I don't like it because they're hook shaped, and then when you try and eat one, it gets everywhere.
Yeah. I don't know how to eat it.
Wait, so
how do you eat
eating
it?
candy cane is mid, or just its mere existence during the holidays?
No, I like seeing candy canes as a decoration. I think it's awesome. But how do you eat a candy cane?
Yeah, I don't want to eat any mistletoe.
I'm not in the ocean, all right?
I could be fine never eating another candy.
Okay, yeah, I agree. Ole Miss is a program. I'm sorry, you're mediocre. You're mediocre. You are. Congrats. You won 10 wins. That's your ceiling, all right? Russell Wilson. Right?
Yeah.
Wow.
It feels right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yellowstone.
Oh!
It's mid.
Wow.
It's mid, okay?
Wow.
Have you
It
watched
is.
it?
Yeah, I watched it. All 37 seasons of it. How old is
There's
Kevin Costner in this
5
show?
seasons.
He's 1,000 years old.
This is
It's
season
It's
5.
just beating up people getting upset, and then more people fighting over why are you killing animals.
Sounds super lame.
It does sound super lame. I know
The
you're
Office
upset
and
about it, but that's
Yellowstone
fine.
both
The
made
Home
it.
Alone series is not good.
What is
It's not good.
Now you're
it would
just-
never
now
happen.
you're just
it would.
lying.
Oh God, the doorknob's hot. Let me hold my hand on it. Oh look, the kid put
I
little
got you.
race cars
But the guys
on the
can
ground.
jump off the tower of the other guys, and that's hilarious to you. They just jump
They
off
aim
and
for
they're
the
aiming for the bushes, and that's funny. But
Yes.
don't get the doorknob hot when he's a 5-year-old. I got you.
Yeah, they're gonna fall for that. They're really gonna fall for that. Where did you find these guys to rob a
The
house?
wet bandits, you mean?
I mean, who falls for this stuff? I mean, let's be honest, okay? Fox News, it's mid.
Well, when you got the Daily Wire.
Yeah. There's one more, but I don't know if I can say it.
Just let it fly.
Missionary,
Okay. All right.
it's mid.
Okay.
There's a lot going on there.
It's
There's a
mid.
lot.
It never lasts.
The Midwest?
If it's only missionary, it'll never
The
last.
ones I have the most problem with, the one I
Okay.
have the most problem with is The Office.
Yes.
It's
that right
Top
there.
tier show.
In some countries, that gets you burned at the stake.
That's
in
fine.
my
Not here, though.
pull up. It's mid. I mean, it's a mid show. It is.
No, it's not. It's
It
elite. The Midwest,
Everyone just
though,
gasses it up.
The
like it's
Midwest,
a-
I hope the Booster Club doesn't let you off the hook on that. A lot of good elite Booster Club members
I
in
think
there
you'd be
from the
surprised
Midwest.
at the amount of people in the Midwest.
Look, I've lived there. It's mid.
Where did you live?
Kansas and Iowa.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what there's to do in Iowa? Nothing.
And sometimes that's okay.
No, it's not.
Sometimes you need less to do.
I'm
so
only
you
on
can
this
find
planet
yourself.
one time,
And then
Dave.
maybe you don't get upset when there's not espresso in the morning. You know, you make internal
Double
happiness.
shots. Espresso.
Go.
This coffee is good.
I'll never forget. When I was in Iowa, we went. One of the coaches took me. I'm gonna tell the story after the sub break.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell the story after the sub break. If you want to watch the rest of this, head over to the Daily Wire Plus. If you want to listen, you can stay here. Become a member over there. You can listen on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and share it with your friends. I'm gonna tell the story coming right back. We got bets and mailbag. We'll be right back. Dude, just to show you how different it is, obviously there's different cultures and stuff everywhere in the United States. So I'm in Iowa, and one of the coaches there who I coach with said there's this district. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I can't really remember, but they had some cool sports bars there, had a couple bars, whatever, and we were both, single guys. So we're like, all right, let's go check it out. I'd been in the state for like 3 months. So we go out there, and we're at this kind of like bar, nightclub kind of place. And I'm sitting around. He had invited some friends. He was from around the area. It's like 2 girls, like 2 guys. It was like 6 of us sitting at a table. And all of a sudden I look up, and there's this 6'3", probably 280-pound person in a dress. And I can't see from super far away. So I just look at my buddy, and he's surrounded everybody. And I was like, is that a guy or a girl? I can't tell. And you would have thought.
How dare you?
You would have thought that I just committed the ultimate sin. The girls was like, one of the girls was like, oh my gosh, what a horrible thing to say. And I almost looked at her and was like, no, I've been trying to figure out if you were a guy or a girl for the last 20 minutes.
Boom, roasted.
Should have.
Boom, roasted.
But I didn't, because I was out of my area and out of my element. Didn't know where the exits were. Only knew one person there. I don't know how they squat up in Iowa. I've seen Children of the Corn. I don't know how it goes down. But just by saying that, Like, just
so you weren't kidding. You weren't asking like, is that a guy or a girl?
No, I wasn't like, hey, let's play a game called Is That a Dude? Like, no, I didn't do that. I was like, is that a guy or a girl?
And was it? What was it?
A guy.
It was a guy.
It was a guy.
So why was it such a bad thing to ask?
I don't know. That's when I knew. I was like, all right, I'm in a different place. Again, it wasn't like I said anything bad. It wasn't like I stood up and was like, ha, 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 guy in a dress. No. I was like, I can't tell. In the shadows. Then I realized he had a beard.
And the reaction from them seems like it would have been the exact same if you had done either one of those things. So I don't get it.
No, it's just the craziest thing ever. Flaming Dragon, Booster Club.
Okay, yeah. Cone's Hot Water Pants says, how could Blaine be so right about some things and so terribly wrong about others?
It's amazing.
Yep.
That makes it great.
It's amazing.
Amazing.
Okay.
What in particular bothered my pants? don't
Why don't you ask him, Dave?
Huh?
I don't like the way you phrase that.
David Wyman says, Kansas and Iowa are the plains. You can't generalize the entire Midwest on Kansas and Iowa. Michigan is amazing 9 months out of the year. So many places to hunt. And
Michigan's
fish and
not in the
great
West.
Vacation spots.
We got to stop this. Ohio is not in the Midwest, okay? Pennsylvania is not in the Midwest. They're in the mid. They're in the middle.
When these things got named, the Mississippi River was as far as.
Yeah, well, guess what? We moved on.
We Louisiana Purchase.
Lewis and Clark and Sacagawea and the Indian in the cupboard all went out west and found all those other places that are now ruining college football. So blame them, first off. But Michigan is nothing like Kansas. You're not insane. That's like, well, Georgia and New York, both in the East. Okay, I can agree with that. But we don't say Georgia is in the Northeast. Michigan is in the middle of the country. You just say the North. Just the North. I'm fine with that. We can Game of Thrones this whole thing. But it's not the Midwest. Stop saying it is. God, why do we do this?
AJ Adams 42 says, I think that segment was mid. Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay, let's go to Liberty Dad 006. I love the Midwest. Wish I could go back all the time. There's dozens of us. Let's go to, okay, it's 7:50 or 7:48. Let's do this poll.
What? You don't want to keep reading the comments?
Well, no, we can, but it's just all about me, and I feel like I don't like doing that.
No, keep going. I want to hear it.
So I'll start at the top. We need 10 mid things each Friday created by the Booster Club or the guys. I like that. Jay Chain, I've never watched The Office, so I'll allow it. It's mediocre. Might as well just go make a ham sandwich in your kitchen. You're basically doing the same thing.
I tell you what.
What's wrong with a ham sandwich?
This mid.
What an elitist.
This is the same guy.
I'm too
This
good
big
for
bologna guy, though. Big
Bring
bologna
me my
guy, though.
espresso, double shot.
Yeah, this is the same guy who cried about not having an espresso this morning. So
Golly.
Cried.
Tears.
Calm down.
You were crying.
Tears.
You were crying.
Only crying by myself, alone in my apartment.
Well, you didn't know we were
never.
here. We were standing in the corner.
Were you really?
Yes.
Well, I'm not surprised. Where do we film the show? Can't tell you.
Yeah.
Scott Berry says, dang, I get out of my truck to do a delivery, and when I come back, Flaming Dragon's on fire. I'll have to go back and listen later.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty mid. Sister Rick says, I was driving, so first I was like, Midwest, how dare you? But then I was like, no, yeah, the Midwest is totally mid.
She looked
a lot
outside.
of it has to do with is snow. Snow's mid. Snow's cool for like 15 minutes.
I'm with that.
It's like cool for 15 minutes, then it's like get away from me
I'm with
forever.
that. You know where I like snow? On mountains that I can see them driving by.
The Midwest isn't the only place that has snow.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't help.
Okay.
It comes into the fact
After living in Montana for a year, like I'm good on snow.
I was fighting bald eagles walking.
Dude, I walked outside and the Grinch lived next door to me. That's where I was.
Okay, let's go to...
My heart grew 3 times that day.
Dawn Higgins, $10 donation, says, I'm so happy it's Friday listening to my favorite sports show. Love you guys, Dawn. We love you.
Dawn, we love you.
Love you, Don.
You're the best Higgins I've met since T.
Ooh. Cody Nason, 95. Bologna is worse than mid.
Here's the question, though. Here's the real question, though. Here's the real question. He used to go, you want to know how you know you used to live in a trailer at some point in your life? If you've ever taken bologna and then Easy Mac or the Quick Mac and cheese, and you put the bologna in the microwave, and you put it, it works better in the microwave. But it turns into a bowl when it heats up. The bologna will turn into a bowl because it's made out of 100% natural meat and nothing bad. And then you cook the mac and cheese and put the mac and cheese in the bologna bowl that you made. Eat the mac and cheese and then eat the bowl.
The bologna.
I'm a big fried bologna guy.
I love fried bologna.
Cheese.
Fried spam, fried bologna, spam and eggs.
So good.
Mr. Peanut Butter Cup. You love
Peanut Butter Cup. Can of corn. Jay Chain, hashtag Ask Blaine for clarity. Honey ham or smoked ham is more mid.
Honey ham.
Smoked ham is more mid. Honey ham
ham's the
is
best.
really good.
If you get that honey baked ham with like the brown sugar glaze on the
Is
outside.
turkey mid?
Smoked turkey's mid. Look, turkey
mid?
in the oven's mid. I'm
Why
sorry.
do we only eat it one day?
If you have deep fried, well, people eat turkey all the time.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do. You ever been to a sandwich place?
The turkey skin is elite, and I'll die on that hill.
No, look,
The
Kate,
skin-
look. If you've ever had a deep fried turkey, you realize how average the turkey you've been eating is.
Deep fry is so good.
It's just the best way to do it. And you need to
Producer
be-
Justine says, Blaine's sense of humor is made with that office take. Well, at least I don't get beat up by little dogs. Jose Contraraz, Utah's Midwest geography-wise. What's geography? Is it even?
Yeah, is Utah in the middle though? Utah's the West to me. Like to me, Texas is in the middle. Texas is in the middle. All right,
Southwest,
right there. And if you draw a line straight down Texas, the southern part that's to the left, if you're looking at a map, is the Southwest.
Yeah, how is Texas the Southwest? But then
doesn't
Michigan way over here is the Midwest.
See,
there's a lot of things.
It doesn't make sense.
There's a lot of things.
Do we need to redraw the map of the
We can do
We
it.
need to refigure stuff out.
We'll do it. We'll do it.
Yeah, Kev says,
this whole thing.
Tell them to pull up. They can pull up if they're that upset about it. Stephen Moore says the wife got ringside seats to Raw for a date night a few years back. It was a great experience. I even got mentions on Twitter for yelling at Braun Strowman to trim his beard.
Nice.
Did you like wrestling WCW and WWF as a kid?
We never got into it.
What is that?
We never got into
WCW and WWF?
I had buddies that
Really?
by it.
You guys weren't into Stone Cold, Steve Austin,
I was watching-
NWO, New World Order.
I was watching,
Hulk
like,
Hogan?
other
I was into Power and
like Pokemon.
that was
I was
You were
watching
into
Peter
Pokemon, not
Gammons
wrestling.
on Baseball Tonight and like stuff like that. Like that was dude. We had
No Stone Cold
ESPN on.
Steve Austin for you.
I mean, I
No
knew
The
who he
Rock,
was.
People's Elbow.
I knew he'd crush a beer after destroying somebody, but like I wasn't out there like, yeah.
Goldberg.
3 beers.
Goldberg was fire.
4
But you know who my favorite one was? The Undertaker.
So you did like some of them.
I mean, I didn't sit there and be like WWE Raw was on, but if I flipped and saw like the Undertaker was like just sitting there just staring at somebody with his dead eyes, then I'd watch a bit. But I never like got into it. It was like, oh man, the basketball game's on, or the baseball game's on, or the
So
football
you
game's
and
on.
your friends didn't each have NWO shirts, and you wore them to school.
I never had I had Ninja
me
Turtle
neither.
stuff.
Me
man.
neither, for sure.
Yeah, I had a Ninja Turtles bed.
Definitely not you.
I for sure didn't do that.
And another life, I was Donatello.
What?
Which one? The turtle?
It's sad.
Or the
Have y'all
penguin?
seen like there's a new one? They're all dead except one.
The turtle?
What do you say?
The turtle, David, not Donatello the painter.
He was good too. Well, actually, he was an artist. You know, he did sculptures as well.
Okay. All right.
Not just painting.
You're so,
And Raphael.
you're so like not Donatello.
Leo
Did you know that? All the
Maltos.
Ninja
You're
Turtles
so
were named after the
Michelangelo.
artist?
You're so.
Did you know that? There's Donatello, Raphael, Michelangelo.
If you ever disrespect
Calm down. Calm down. Leo Maltos, $20 donation. Appreciate it, Leo. So shout out to the Summit Grizzly Boys basketball brought home the championship after starting down 2-14 in the first period. They beat a taller team with better shooters. Never doubt old guards. Can never do it.
Old guards.
You can never do it.
Here, man.
You love
Probably had a knee brace or
congratulations,
two.
fellas. Congratulations. All right, on that note, I'm going to head over to the board.
Ooh, let's do it.
Okay.
What's up, replacement cone? Oh, man, feeling like that under's going to hit today, boys.
Don't be afraid to give replacement cone a high five on your way by.
Oh, whoa.
He needs some love, man.
That's how we high five. Don't look at me.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Not today.
I don't even
You know how long it took to get that star on there?
I don't see Brad and Thad in here protecting him today.
Well, I'm in
There's
here
just
protected.
glitter.
just
I'll start
falling
throwing
everywhere
mitts
around here. All right, yesterday, great day for the boys. Out of 10 bets, including the Crain Company pitch track picks. I'm going to start over.
Woo!
All right, woo!
Now come sit down and go back.
Yeah, we got to start over.
come sit down
Got
and
to
go
start
back.
over. Yep, doing this again.
All right. Let's go to the
do it live.
board.
Let's go to the board.
Hey,
How
all right.
about that?
Hey,
All right.
one right here.
Yeah.
Joshua Birnbaum, come
All
on down.
right. What's up?
Step on the scale.
All right. Get off
I'm
the
feeling
scale.
skinny, Tony.
Yeah. How am I supposed to make an infomercial about fat kids losing weight when they keep getting fatter? Keep your little piggy snout shut. All right, yesterday, 8-2 overall out of 10 bets. Shout out Cercio. Shout out Baby Cone. Shout out David Cone. All going 2-0. Me and Blizzle went 1-1. Not pissed about it.
Up on units.
Tonight, yeah, I'm up 5.
No, I'm talking about I hit a plus 150 bet, so I actually.
Yeah. Well, we all know. It's like an apartment owner. The units are what count. All right, give me this. Tonight, a bet I took on Monday, little sharp. UAB minus 6.5. Come on, Coach Vincent. Come on, man.
Yep.
Come on now. Miami, Ohio, little Galbert's in the transfer portal. Backup quarterback struggles to throw. UAB's pissed because they didn't hire Bryant Vincent. Give me UAB minus 6.5 and the UTSA Troy over 51. You put those together, you don't get a child, but you do get plus 130 odds. So I like those two. Then let's go to the hardwood. Here's what I want. Little 3-teamer. Give me Youngstown State money line, St. Bonaventure money line, and Xavier money line. Going to Georgetown to face Patrick Ewing at a struggling Hoyas program. That's going off at plus 127. So even if we go 101, guys, we go up in units, plus money, little change in your pocket. 2023 looking good, starting off early. Cone, what do you got?
You know, a little 2-0 night yesterday. Doesn't matter. We have to do that for the rest of the month.
You're running away with
it. And I have to do that for the rest of the month, and Blaine will probably beat me by 10. So, yeah. UAB, Coach Vincent, I thought he was going to get that head coaching job. They bring in Trent Dilfer. He probably should have gotten that job. I don't think the players are happy about it. I think they're going to make a statement today. I want UAB minus 10.5 at minus 110. And then Troy money line. Again, maybe a little recency bias with the way they beat up on Coastal Carolina. But I'm going to take Troy money line, and that's at minus 105.
All right, give me Celtics money line over 224.5. I can't remember who they're playing, but it's someone who's not good. I'm pretty sure they're minus 14.5 in the NBA. You're basically killing somebody. All right, UAB, minus 12.5. I'm going big. I think they're going to have a big day on the field. That's plus 100, 31 and 15. Can't believe I left 15 out there.
Yeah. Baby Cone, he wants UAB TTP. You down with TTP? Oh, you know me. Over 28.5 points is minus 110. Then he's going to take Xavier, Marquette, both money line at minus 122. Creighton playing Marquette tonight. Marquette, Shaka Smart, had a couple big wins on the year. Creighton kind of falling off a little bit, doing what Creighton does. What we see, just up and down and up and down and up and down. Then they go to the NCAA tournament, beat one team they shouldn't, and then lose to a team that they shouldn't. So it's going to be interesting to see. Okay. Poll.
Has Jimmy G lost his job?
I'm going to say the Booster Club said no, 61%.
Yes.
Has Jimmy G lost his job? Yes. 62%. No. 38%.
I hope you're right. I think you're right. You know, I was going with what the Booster Club was going to say, but look, I mean, he keeps getting paid. I mean, dude's still in the Subway commercials, got his own grandmother making fun of him. That's how you know you made it. What else we got in the Booster Club? Flaming Dragon.
Let's go to Sasha. The Undertaker lives in Austin for the right amount of merch. I'll tell you what Jimmy goes to.
Oh, really? I'll go challenge
Sasha.
him.
Sasha, that's a dude.
Yeah.
Sasha.
Yeah, it's a dude.
Good adjustment.
What'd you think
it
USSR.
was?
Yes.
That's what he said in All
Soviet
Access.
Union, but
Soviet Union.
Yeah.
Yes.
Chris E says Michigan champions
here.
of the West. Come on, David, Michigan. You should know this.
What do you mean? I do know it. I'm just saying that we need to rethink something.
well, technically,
I'll sing it if we need.
Technically, all right. It's funny because what division is Michigan in the Big Ten?
The East.
But they're in the Midwest.
The champions of the West. Go Blue.
No. C. Bruce
Geography
M.
is
Munson,
still
1860, says love snow.
Really?
It's like nature's cooler. Even shoveling snow was fun when I had ice cold refreshments handy.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I don't drink anymore, any less either, but still love snow. Like, look, if you're not pounding whiskey, snow's not fun.
I mean, yeah. I mean, look, let's be honest. Who really wants to be that cold? Like, you know what? You know what upset me? Like, I was born in the South. Didn't get a lot of snow growing up. We got a blizzard one time in Auburn, and I was so excited. I ran outside. I was gonna make a snowball, and I made a snowball, and then threw it and like hit the truck, and then my hands were freezing.
And you were like, I'm done with this?
I was like, I'm not. I'm
good.
I thought this would be more fun, but this hurts. And you got to go get like gloves. You got to sit there, and I got to mold this thing like Play-Doh with my gloves on. I'm just.
There's nothing worse.
I want lukewarm
than waking up at 5, freezing.
Yeah.
Putting on bundles and bundles of clothes.
Yep.
Just to go outside and get more pissed.
Yeah.
Because now you ever been super mad, walked your car, and then slipped on snow?
Black ice. Oh,
You know,
I thought I didn't hit our steps one morning, and I almost joined the army.
That was in Montana?
I was that pissed.
So with you in Montana, you in Colorado, me in Michigan, 3 Southern boys, I think we're better off for those experiences.
Yeah,
better
we are.
off for
I know where
that.
I'm not.
Built some character, and now it's a little warmer here.
Yeah, it's like when the first time I touched the stove, I didn't do it again.
No.
It's hot.
No, you didn't.
Well,
even though it might
third
snow
time.
here next week, they say.
I know.
Might have a white
Said this
Christmas.
when it snows here. I mean,
White
look.
Christmas.
Racist.
Yeah, please, can you keep your racist misogyny to yourself? Thank you.
Tempo wants to know, who's the most mid band when you were growing up?
The most mid-band?
Mid band.
98 Degrees.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
That's a good one.
Nick Lachey was so overrated. But, I mean, anybody that gets to hook up with Jessica Simpson in her prime, I mean, respect.
Facts.
Respect.
Come
I don't know.
on.
Mid-band.
It's like, I think it was Charles Williams and the Dancing Fellas.
Growing up.
The Jolly Boys.
I never really could get into Radiohead. Everybody was talking about how great.
Yeah,
Radiohead
I like that one.
was. You like Radiohead, or you?
No,
like
I'm saying
that
I
as
think that's a good
yeah.
choice. I never really got into them.
Well, Slipknot.
Yeah, I'm just trying to
Really
freak
listen-
out all the
I
time.
don't listen to it.
I wasn't to the Hot Topic situation.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Huh?
Hmm?
Jake says different.
Well, if you listen to everything this guy says, I'd be somebody that's just training
What?
on the corner.
You'd be like a whole different person that,
Basically,
that
yeah.
Jake has made up and invented.
Yes.
Blaney Dahmer. All right. We appreciate the Booster Club. Any donations or anything we missed? We could.
I don't believe so.
And I hit the under today?
You did.
I don't think I said it once.
You did phenomenal. I think you did write it on your card. We're gonna.
I said it once? One time? Okay.
Is it cheating if he writes it on the card?
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
You want to talk about poll for Monday?
It's just like a quarterback with the wristband. If he writes
Yeah.
in there, play good,
Don't
that helps.
Don't throw pigs.
Yeah,
think
don't
it
throw
is
interceptions.
cheating?
That helps.
Yeah, you're right. That really helps.
Yeah.
When you don't want to throw it, you just write it down.
Don't throw
man.
interceptions.
You two is mid. Darby Lou, hot take.
Hello, you
Wait, hold on.
did.
Darby
You
Lou said
two?
that? Now I know you're lying. Now I know you're lying about what she's writing in there.
Or
Because
she said
that
Darby Lou
said-
Cone, you two in the 80s and 90s. Oh, was not mid. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say.
Well,
Because
she
U2
said-
is her favorite band, and she loves Yellowstone, and you said that she said both of those things were mid. Either she's not understanding the concept
there's a
of
difference.
the
She
segment,
said Yellowstone
or-
was mid.
Yeah, she wrote not mid. with
Jeez.
Confirmation.
Figure it
Okay.
out. All right, we appreciate you guys. Make sure you check out our Saturday special tomorrow. I think you're going to like it. We got the Sunday recap and preview coming back this Sunday. We took a day off, for once last Sunday, but we appreciate you guys. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on all social medias and keep checking us out. You guys are the best. Hope you enjoyed Flamin' Dragon Friday and you have a hell of a weekend. We got kickoff here in less than 2 hours, people. It's bowl season, and we are gone.